I guess finally I would ask a question you probably get asked a lot at the table, but it would save anyone in here asking it. Of all the roles you get approached about, which one are you approached about the most?
Well, of course, it's Clockwork Orange.
Woohoo!
You know? The gift that keeps on giving. What can I say? Kubrick was a master, you know. My God, when I worked with him, this is what he'd made. Besides the first two movies that he didn't really love, The Killing and Killer's Kiss. But he'd done Paths of Glory, Spartacus, Lolita, Strangelove, 2001, Clockwork Orange. I mean, it was one of the greatest runs, I think, any director ever had, without, you know, all being huge hits. And not only huge hits commercially, people bums on seats, but actually with the critics and stuff, that he was considered, you know, a real intellectual filmmaker. And quite rightly, he was an amazing filmmaker. And what's so great about Kubrick is that he really did try every genre of filmmaking. He made a great horror film. He made 2001 is a masterpiece. I mean, it made this Lucas and Spielberg possible to do these movies after. You know, sort of science fiction films were Flash Gordon before Stanley did 2001. He really pushed the limits. He was an amazing technician, an amazing impresario as well, great producer. And he was also great to work with, but I say that with a smile on my face because he really didn't like to direct actors. In fact, he didn't like actors that much, which is not, of course, uncommon in our business. You know, famous stories of Hitchcock and all the rest of it. And I've heard John Landis doesn't like actors either. Oh, sorry, he's still here. I'm sorry, I thought he'd fallen asleep. No, you know, the thing is, I remember saying to Stanley, very early on in the shoot, Stanley, what do you think I should do here? And he looked at me and he went, well, gee, Malk, I'm not RADA. You don't know what RADA is, do you? Because absolutely dead silence. RADA is the Royal Academy of Dramatic Art. It's a drama school where you go to learn how to act. So he's telling me, I'm not telling you anything because I'm not here to teach you to act. I hired you. I'm paying you huge bucks. Do it! And I sort of said, because I used to pull his legs, the only way I could deal with it, I said, has anybody got a call sheet? And I said, oh, look at this, Stanley. S. Kubrick, director. How about a bit of fucking direction? And he just laughed, you know. But he was an amazing man, and I realized that he had given me the greatest gift that any director could give an actor, which was, show me, just do it. I mean, he would say, no, plenty of times, but once you found it, you found something that was spontaneous and extraordinary, then, oh my God, he was the greatest audience any actor could ever have. I mean, he had to stick his handkerchief in his mouth to stop from laughing, and, you know, tears would come down his face. When we found the Singing in the Rain, he was like a schoolboy. You'd think I'd given him the greatest present ever. You know, I just started to sing Singing in the Rain, whacking this girl on the beat, and it was like such a perfect black comedy situation that, you know, it was just perfect for the film because you didn't want a naturalistic scene to come in. You didn't want to get into, you know, a real rape and a real beating. That's not what it was about. It was, you had to find a metaphor for it, or something that would trigger it and suggest it, and have a style to it that was just incredible and would take you somewhere. Now, you know, why did I suddenly burst into Singing in the Rain? Because Gene Kelly, bless him, had made Singing in the Rain and that sequence in the street, him banging in the rain, the puddles, swinging on the lamppost with the cough and the whole thing. He'd made that Hollywood's gift to the world of euphoria. And I was a kid when I saw it, and I was completely mesmerized by it. And so when I had to be euphoric, I just suddenly burst into song. And Kubrick was smart enough to jump in the car, drive from the location, go to his office, and he bought the rights to Singing in the Rain that day. And then we shot it for the next week. It took a week. And I kept saying, what did I do? What did I do then? You know, I couldn't remember a thing about it, of course. But anyway, that's how these things happen. For instance, there's a whole sequence at the end when the minister of the inferior is cutting my food in the hospital, and I'm sort of all bandaged up, and I'm, and I could tell that Stanley was getting really edgy and a little pissed because, the actor that was playing the minister had a long, long speech, and I could see Stanley getting bored, and he was trying to figure out how he was going to cut it, is what he was doing, and because I knew him so well. And just so in the middle of it, I just sort of went, and the poor guy, was having to run, and I saw out of the corner of my eye Stanley stick his handkerchief in his mouth, and he literally had to walk away. He was laughing so hard. So he comes up to me and he goes, okay, we're going to shoot that. I went, I figured as much. And the actor who was playing the minister, well, Stanley came to me and he said, you will not believe this. He goes, Anthony, he gave me back his script. I went, yeah. So he goes, he gave me back the script. I went, yeah. He goes, no actor's ever given me back a script. They all want it as a souvenir. He said, but not him. I went, that's because we totally fucked up his scene. That's why. Made the movie.
Thanks, Malcolm, for taking the time out for the Q&A. Thanks, everybody, for coming. Yes, Malcolm will only be in the room for half an hour now, so get in line now.